What is up guys, Karotaka here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the D-Brigade deck from BT-14. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. So for the Digimon, we're running 4 of the new Digimon. So it's from BT-14. On attack, you can put 3 of your D-Brigade or Digi-Police cards to the top of your deck, and until the end of the turn, your Digimon will get plus 2k attack. So it's pretty good to prevent your stuff from dying. In case you don't have the jamming on your Digimon, so not bad. It's also good to use it to beat over some of the bigger Digimon in the meta right now, like Greymons and whatnot, especially since they have blocker. So yeah, we're running for those. For the level 3s, we're gonna go work backwards because the Commandramons are kind of like the soul of the deck, so we're just gonna go over all of them first. So we're running 4 of the Commandramon from BT-14. This lets you search top 5 for D-Brigade or D-Police and add to your hand. And then the inherit skill is also very important and on both players' turn. So if you will leave the battle area outside of your own effect by deleting one of your other Digimon with D-Brigade in its effect, prevent it from leaving play. Next, we're also looking at 4 of the Commandramon from BT-4. This is one that when it gets deleted, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck and play a Commandramon without paying the cost and put the rest of the bottom deck. So this one helps you perpetuate the loop, and it's also pretty good using it as a just attacker. When it attacks and kills itself, there's a high chance you can replace it. So yeah, running 4 of those. We're also running 2 of the Commandramon from EX3. This is the one that gives decoy. So decoys for D-Brigade cards. Running 2 of these just because you do have protection in this deck, and so this is just a backup protection in case you already used up your once per turn. It's still pretty good, but you don't really need it at 4. You can run it at 4, but I'd rather run 4 of these Commandramons. This is the one from BT3. This is the 2-cost one. I like running this over this one just because even though it's a vanilla, the 2-cost really does help you with memory denying your opponent or just getting extra body on the board, so you can either use it for this inherit skill, so you can use it to pop. Next, for the level 4s, we're running 4 of the high Commandramon. This Digimon is treated as Commandramon, so pretty good. You'll be able to get it off with this Commandramon's effect. On attack, you can look at top 3 cards of your deck and then play a D-Brigade or Digi-Police card that's 3 costs or less, and then you put the rest of the bottom of the deck. And then the inherit skill is same thing as the Commandramon from BT-14. Next, we're running 4 Numemon. This is not a D-Brigade, but it is a D-Police, so it functions with majority of the deck. It doesn't really work well with some of the D-Brigade stuff like Commandramon here, but that's okay. It also doesn't let you pop this for the Commandramon and High Commandramon's effect. That's okay. He has a different use. So on play or on evolution, you'll be able to place a Satsuki from your hand to underneath this card's source, and then this card will get rush. And then as an inherit skill, this card gets blocker. So you're gonna use this to poke your opponent, and it's pretty good for what it does, just getting extra attacks in. And if you have the Satsuki, which we're running 4 of, you also get jamming and reboot. So after you attack with this one and you jam with it, if you still have enough memory, you can just Digivolve on top of it and it'll get reboot next turn, and then that way you can have your Digimon function as a blocker as well. So yeah, put the Satsuki to the sides, but just let you guys know I'm running 4 of those as well. Next, for the other level 4s, we're running 4 of the jamming Sealsdramon from EX3. So this one, you can use it to attack, obviously, but the inherit skill activates on your turn. When a D-Brigade card is placed, when one of the D-Brigade cards are placed, you can give it rush. So combos well with the rest of the deck. This card gets rushed, but it's not a D-Brigade, so you won't be able to get rush otherwise. So it pretty much just gives everything else rush. But it's once per turn, so you can't just spam a bunch of Commandramons and just kill your opponent. But giving one is already pretty good, especially since there's a lot of cards in this deck that let you play stuff for free. So running 4 of those. Next we are running 4 Cargo-Dramons. So Cargo-Dramon is the new level 5 from BT-14. So this gives, on play on evolution, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can play a D-Brigade card or a D-Police card with this trait with 4 or less, that's 4 or less, and play it without playing its cost. So you can play the evolve or hardcast this to hardcast this, and then you'll be able to put Satsuki in. And that way, if you don't attack with this one, you can just pull this out at the end of the turn, so that you can have extra tamer on the board for next turn. So it depends. Obviously if you evolve into this and skip turn and you play this, then most of the time you would want to pull this one out. But if you are evolving into this one and you still have memory left to attack with this one, then you're gonna keep this Satsuki in so that you can reboot next turn, just for a little bit more protection. But Cargo-Dramon is pretty strong. And on both players' turn for its inherit skill, when one of your other Digimon is deleted, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and play a Commandramon without paying the cost. So Cargo-Dramon is just a really, really useful new card for the deck. And if you're planning to play a build without the D-Police, then it's still very good for pure D-Brigade. Next, we are running 3 of the Tankdramons. I was running 2 before, but I didn't see enough. Back when I was running 6 level 5s, there's actually a good chance for me bricking the level 5 and not being able to go to Brigade-Dramon, and so I'm running an extra 1. Though, if we do have a new D-Police alternative, I probably will replace it later on. But Tankdramon, for what it does, it's still okay. On evolution, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck and play a D-Brigade 5 cost or less Digimon without paying its cost, and then you trash the rest. So that helps you with milling your stuff in the trash, so you can set up for Dramon plays. And then on the inherit skill, on both players' turn, on your turn, when a D-Brigade Digimon attacks, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck, and you can play a Commandramon from there without paying its cost, and then you trash the rest. So Tankdramon is pretty solid as well on its own, but I feel like obviously Cargo-Dramon is the main level 5 you would want to go into, but Tankdramon is okay. So now moving on to the level 6s, let's move these aside first. First, we're running 3 of the new boss monster of the deck. This is Brigade-Dramon. So Brigade-Dramon on evolution lets you choose any number of opponent Digimon so that their total play cost is up to 7, and you can delete them. So this is really good against Ace Digimon. And then on your opponent's turn, all of your D-Brigade gets blocker, which is also really, really good. And at the end of your turn, once per turn, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play any number of cards with D-Brigade or D-Police in its trait up to a total play cost of 7. So if you do flip your Cargo-Dramon, you can play that, and you will still get the on-play effect. Of course, you can also play the Tankdramon, but Tankdramon doesn't really benefit from hard casting. So ideally, you would want to get a combination of either Cargo-Dramon or, a high Commandramon and a regular Commandramon, just so you can have a bunch of blockers on the board for your opponent's turn. So it's pretty solid. Next, for the level 6s, we're also running 2 of the Dark-Dramon from EX3. So on evolution, you can put a total of up to 5 D-Brigade cards back to the top of your deck, and then for every one you put, you can minus 1 cost, so you can potentially Digivolve for 0, which is one of the main reasons why we are running this. And for the second skill, when you would play another Digimon with D-Brigade in its trait, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost lower or equal to the Digimon that's played, and then you can unsuspend this Digimon. So this one you can either run at 1 or 2. I think 2 is a good number just so I can see it more often. if you really need it. But I can totally see you playing this at 1 or 0. Some people probably play at 0, but that's just me. And I'm running 2 of the Digimon from BT-4. So this one is still a really, really strong card. It has Rush, and on play, you can put up to 5 D-Brigade cards to the top of your deck. And then for every card placed back on top, you can minus the cost by 2. You can get 2 memory back, which pretty much lets you play this for 3, which is pretty good. But yeah, this is also potentially used as a finisher. It serves a similar purpose as the Numemon, just because you get the Rush. But it's a bigger body, and potentially you can use it for other stuff later on. But yeah, I'm running 2 of those. And let's go back to the Tamers. So of course, as mentioned before, we're running 4 Satskis. And we're also running 2 Izzies. Izzy is a 4-cost memory setter. On play, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck. And if they're all black, you can get 1 memory back. Which this deck is running all black, so it shouldn't be a problem. And last but not least, we are running 4 Pride memory boosts. So on play, you're gonna look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can play a 4-cost or less Digimon for free. And then this card activates, moves to the battle area, which lets you then delete and get 2 memory. So this card is definitely, you can definitely replace this with training, the training card if you want. But I feel like Prime Member is really good just because you get a board, a Digimon on the board, which you can use for other stuff later on. But yeah, this is definitely a option you can choose to opt out of if you want, but I still like it. But the training cards are just really good, so they're just good alternatives. You can run this 2/2 if you want, but yeah, it's up to you. There's also other cards that you can run, like some disruption cards like DG Dimension or Ultimate Flare or Trident Arm, I think, or even DC D-Bomb is pretty good, the new option for BT-14. So yeah, that's definitely this is it for this deck before, guys. This deck, there's actually a lot of variations with how you can run it now. There's also I think variations that run the Quartzmon from BT-12, which I think is also pretty strong. But I personally like the thematic, running a thematic deck with just the D-Brigade and Digi-Police stuff on my own. So I am opting out of the Quartzmon, but Quartzmon is definitely viable. If you want to run Quartzmon, you can just probably rearrange the level 6s and maybe take out one of these or one of these, and you can replace them with Quartzmons. But yeah, that's just pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. This is Koraku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!